Howdy y'all, Stock Warden here, back with another video. And today we're going back over Lithium Americas Corporation. It's been a little while since we've seen anything come out that was really worth kind of covering over this stock. It's kind of been in a jumble between $4 and $6 a share. It did have a decent little peak towards the end of January, and since has fallen out pretty much just like every other stock in the market as it stands for today. From mid-January into current, pretty much the whole market is kind of down and starting to move its way back up. But LAC did have a really good day today, and they jumped from their opening at $4.62 a share, and they boosted 10% in the day alone to close just over $5 a share. And a lot of that is due to the news articles that have came through Lithium America providing the project update and the 2026 Capex guidance for the Thackerpass project. So the Thackerpass project is still the largest project that is coming in for the mining operation in North America. So that is going to be just in itself still holding this company to a high standard, and also to have large government entities intertwined with this company as well. So, but with this, on Thursday, the project update for the year ended on December 31st of 2025, 2026 capital expenditure guidance, and 2026 project development milestones for the Thackerpass project in Humboldt County, Nevada. So among some of the highlights, the company is targeting a Capex range of $1.3 to $1.6 billion for Thackerpass Phase 1 in fiscal year 2026. The company is continuing to target mechanical completion of the Thackerpass Phase 1 processing plant in late 2027. Expected development milestones for 2026, though, include a major long lead equipment and a substantial amount of other equipment and construction materials that are expected to be delivered to either Thackerpass or the fabrication yard in, excuse me for my pronunciation on this one, Winnemucca, Winnemucca, which is where all the construction materials will be delivered throughout the first half of 2026, including the steam turbine generator, sulfuric acid plant stacks, and cold interpass heat exchangers. So in early January of 26, the first of nearly 100 completed pipe rack modules were delivered to the site, and the first cable pulls on the module pipe racks are targeted to commence in spring of 2026, and commissioning of the high voltage power line is targeted to commence in the second quarter of this year. So LAC put out a specific statement saying that given the advanced level of detailed engineering, the company is expected to begin a definitive capital estimate in the first half of 2026. Advanced levels of engineering and procurement will enable the team to estimate quantities and materials with higher confidence. Further assessment of labor availability and productivity rates is expected to occur by the fourth quarter of 2026. So, also, all the main concrete required at the site is expected to be completed in Q3 of 2026. Then early commissioning of this individual plant is expected to commence in Q4 of 2026. As a part of the project, the company is upgrading 6 regional substations and switching stations to enhance the reliability for grid power from the local electric utility cooperative. So this work is expected to be completed to help energize the project in Q4 of 2026 mainly for the startup reason to have a more reliable source just in case the startup, which takes a lot more power than just running, to actually have it run smoothly. So, but to touch base back on 2025 was a huge pivotal year for Lithium Americas and the Thackerpass project, with all of the phase 1 construction well underway. So, as planned, everything is going pretty much as they expect, and they also expect to have roughly 1,800 skilled craftspeople by this year's end working on this Thackerpass project. And to kind of back the actual backing of what Lithium Americas is trying to do, the lithium market conditions are strengthening just as this project is preparing to come online in late 2027 with full ramp up production through 2028. So, because yes, the lithium market is still strengthening, especially for America, because we are still trying to get more in depth of pulling the lithium out of the ground and all of these precious metals out of the ground ourselves, instead of having to always rely on other countries. Because with other countries being able to control the rare earth metals, they kind of be able to get to control the price tag as well. But also, in that same sense, you have Trump combating all of that with the tariffs that he's been putting on. But with all of the major backlash from the government and pretty much on the world stage, with how the House, the Senate, and the President are all kind of fighting back and forth once again on these tariff talks, it has the whole market still going in shambles. But as far as Lithium Americas is more or less showing that they are still full steam ahead, no matter what the government's doing, no matter what the market is doing. Day by day, they are still building this project, and they are still continuing on their mission and not slowing down yet a lick. So, with all that being said, this is all I have for Lithium Americas Corp. So glad that they were able to finally come out and bring something in for the 2026 outlook. Maybe they'll be able to kind of keep a little bit more informed into the shareholders and the public this year, especially with them bridging a lot higher for their Capex and looking at getting ready to really start vamping up this construction this year going into 2027 for them to completely start up this plant and continue mining at its full potential. So, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If there's any stock that you might hold in your portfolio, or if there's a stock that you've been kind of questioning on that you want to know a little bit more about, drop it down in the comments below. I'd love to be able to jump into another stock to be able to bring to the community so we can all get a little bit more knowledge and also be able to make the best decisions on our investments. So, this is the Stock Warden riding off. See y'all come back now, you hear?